Welcome back, everybody. My name is All Fun and Games. I stream every day on Twitch TV, and I make fun little videos here on YouTube. Today, we're showcasing Willow. Now, if you've watched my other two videos that I released before this, one about Winona, one about Weber, I'm kind of going through my past videos where I've showcased a few characters that I think need a little bit of a tweak. Now, mind you, I've only chosen 3 characters because I think all the other characters are fairly well balanced. There might be a few changes that I would like to just see in other ones, but honestly, all the other ones, in my opinion, are perfect. Mind you, Wilson still needs to be updated. Of course, Maxwell does, and of course, Wickerbottom does. Those are the last 3. Once those refresh comes out, I'm sure I might follow up and make a new video if they're not up to par, but let's talk about Willow and nothing else at this point. Okay, so upon the refresh last time, we know that Willow kind of got a little bit of a change that maybe you played Willow, maybe you didn't. To be honest with you, before the change, I never really played Willow, but I do think that they could make Willow a little bit better. And how would they go about doing this? Well, this is what I think. I think they could make Willow a little bit stronger. In my opinion, when they did the Willow change, they added Barney. Now, Barney was the little bear that basically when things start to attack or whatnot and you're insane as Willow, Willow activates Barney. Barney gets big and defends for Willow. During the refresh, there was a few bugs, though, where you could actually have, I think, Barney be multiple Barneys and they all just follow you around, and it got a little crazy. They eventually fixed that, and of course, it's no longer a thing anymore, which is fine. I think that's how it should be. The thing about Willow is, of course, Willow's immune to fire damage and all that other stuff, so you can basically not overheat as much, but you get colder quicker, and this is where things to kind of go down a little bit down the hill. I like Willow, but I don't like the idea that you kind of hate the coldness. Now, of course, I understand the idea behind it because you're supposed to be kind of like I guess, you know, your main focus is fire and warmth and all that other stuff. But in my opinion, I don't really see any reason for that because Willow doesn't naturally summon fire. She's not causing fire unless she's obviously like, you know, doing certain things. But I'm talking actual like giant fireballs. Now, what does this remind you of? It reminds you of the Forge. I think in order to make Willow kind of like somewhat of a glass cannon, and I know this might sound like, okay, stop. This isn't League of Legends. This isn't World of Warcraft. It doesn't necessarily matter. I think all in all, when we're looking at these refreshes, this is kind of stuff that we're kind of getting our hands on here. We see characters like Wartox where it's a heavy healer. Wolfgang's kind of like a tank. You have characters that are versatile, like basically Wilson can be pretty much anything. And I kind of look at characters like this when I tend to bring them into games that might revolve around rune rushing or just boss rushing in general, stuff like that. And unfortunately for me, I don't think Willow really fits very well in these games. I never have a game where I want to play Willow just for the fun of it. I feel like for me, there's a few things that I could potentially see happen. And my idea would be this. I do think that in the Forge, they gave Willow an awesome item that for me looked like it was Willow specific. And that was the Meteor Staff. Basically, what it does is you're able to actually summon meteors. And in this case, of course, people might be, well, that's an automatic no. I don't want to have people griefing my base. If you remember before, there is ways of acquiring the meteor staff, I believe, in another variation of the game. I'm not too sure. Not in DST specifically, but that being said, I think you can get it in Shipwrecked. I'm not too sure. But anyways, in DST, I think they can make something similar. Like, of course, we have the fire staff. The fire staff to me is just like kind of like a smaller things to set things on fire and whatever. But if we gave Willow her own special giant weapon that revolved around fire or fire damage or fire burst damage that could be used against like, you know, pools of enemies and stuff like that, even though the downside is it will catch a lot of things on fire, I think it'd be pretty sweet to use. Because Willow could then actually be a character that could be used in battle and also have potentially being, like I said, a glass cannon, a character that might not have the best stats or might not have the best damage output when it comes to like physically attacking things, but from far could actually be a pretty good character. So that's my idea for Willow. Other than that, I think Willow's okay. I think her sanity tends to go down quite quickly, but that's because you're supposed to be using Barney. So all in all, I think Willow's perfect. I just think that she needs that fire, you know, aspect. I think that having her have a lighter, in my opinion, is fine, but I do think that she needs a little bit of a boost. Let me know what you think. Let me know if you enjoy kind of this idea. If you don't enjoy this idea, tell me about it as well. And of course, give me your idea. What do you think Willow needs to have? I think Willow needs to have a little bit of light shined on her because in my opinion, she could be a great character. She just needs a little bit of a tweak. Anyways, let me know what you think. Thanks again for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.